What is going on, guys? Yash here. Today I'm going to be talking about what kind of store should I have for my online business or for my Shopify dropshipping store. There's been, a lot of controversy in the past before, should I have a general store? Should I have a niche store? Should I have a one product store? Well, today I'm going to give you guys the breakdown of four different kinds of stores you guys can have and the pros and cons between each that come with it. Right now, this is very, very important because your store, regardless of your marketing and advertising efforts, is your main foundation in terms of what you're going to be selling, and the long-term longevity of that brand as well. Okay, so let's dive straight into it. Also, guys, if you guys already haven't joined my Facebook group, the link is in the description below. It's completely free. We're a big community, over 1,000 people. Just sharing knowledge, gaining value in return as well. So definitely check that link out in the description below. If you guys have been enjoying the content, please drop a like and subscribe if you are new. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. So I know what kind of content to make for you guys, and it continues to motivate me to make more content and educate you guys. So with that being said, guys, let's dive straight into it. So first, there's four types of stores that we need to know about, right? There's your general store, your general niche store, your niche store, and your one product store. Okay, so I'm just gonna go one by one. So general store are stores that have a multitude of products. Okay, all sorts of products. You can be selling something like, I don't know, something like this container, or you can be selling something like, I don't know, this highlighter. Okay, it can be random stuff. They don't have to overlap or anything like that. Now, there are general stores already out there that are doing massive numbers. Okay, but these have been already established for years. Okay, and unless you have a massive budget, I mean like 2 to 5 thousand or more to start out with in terms of testing products, I would stay away from a general store. Okay, what you guys need to understand is that drop shipping is a business model within e-commerce. Okay, a model never dies, but as the consumer market and technology and society changes, we as business owners, it's important that we also adapt and pivot to that business models, right? There's that quote, those who adapt will survive, right? So general stores are very generic, right? They're very general. The consumer market is getting attained and getting used to of these so-called general dropshipping stores and are staying away from it because of lack of credibility and lack of trust. Okay, going into 2020, especially, guys, you want to focus on branding. Okay, so one, unless you have a massive budget, guys, stay away from a general stores. It just takes a lot of time to gain traction and to go really build a proper brand, right? You want to build a community of a certain audience that keep coming back. Retention rate and lifetime value rate is very important, or lifetime value rate of the actual customer, I would say, is very important, right? With general stores, it's very hard to steer because you have a bunch of people coming to your guys' stores. Okay, and your pixel is also going to get confused unless you're using an app called Trackify or something like that to segment or split up your pixels, basically. Okay, but all in all, longevity and revisiting customers are very hard to attain for general stores because there's no sense of direction. Okay, people don't want to go to a store that's random. People want to be a part of a community. People want to be part of a movement, right? People buy with emotion and justify with logic. So general store, guys, stay away from it, especially if you guys are just starting out. Okay. General niche store. Okay. These stores are general but are niched in a certain space. Okay. For example, outdoors is a general niche store. Within that general niche, there's other sub niches such as bicycling, hiking, camping, hiking, biking, skiing, a whole bunch of sub niches underneath that outdoors niche. So this is something that you guys can start out with because you have some leeway to test more products, but also, not be completely defined to kind of one niche store. Okay. For example, home improvement, that's a general niche. You can have products regarding gardening, kitchenware, stuff you can put in your living room, tapestries, right? Home improvement in general. certain gadgets that may be, useful in your guys' houses or other people's houses, right? Those are general knit stores. So if you guys are just starting out and if you guys aren't too comfortable in terms of which direction or which niche that you want to sway into, you can start out with the general knit store. For example, I had a general knit store, okay, and then I found a sustainable product on there, and then I made it into a one product store. Okay, that's what a lot of people do, and which we'll go into that a little bit later on. You can actually check out my last video, which I'll have the link in the description, where I actually go over and reveal one of my one product stores that did very, very well earlier this year in quarter 1 and quarter 2. Okay, your knit store is something that relates to more than one type of products, okay, or just confined to one type of products, I would say, right? Like glasses or sunglasses or kitchen products, right? That's a knit store. Now, your one product store is based around one central product, okay? Now, I really, really prefer a one product store because you have a lot of potential to really brand your product. Okay, these type of stores, knit stores and one product stores, you have a lot of potential to brand a certain type of product. Okay, because you're really, really calling it your own. You're really, really making that product your own, right? Now I can make another video if you guys want. Drop a comment below in terms of what each store consists of, especially one product store. Because again, branding is what will get you out, aside or certain from you guys' competitors. So you guys want to stand out from you guys' competitors, right? So one product stores, guys, they're very, very effective. Now, in terms of the two type of approaches I would be talking about is you can have a general knit store or knit store. You guys can be testing and marketing products. Let's say once you find a product that, you're getting consistent number of sales, maybe, I don't know, 3, 4, 5, 10 sales a day, then you guys can take that product and make it into a one product store, rebrand it, get a new logo, get a new domain, really base it around that one central product, right? Have that store around that one central product and build it up, okay? So then from that one product store, you can go back into a knit store and add other products that relate to it that are very alike and very similar because you guys are going to already be having the data, right? Now, even though you guys, transfer or transition from a knit store, general knit store to a one product store, you can always use the data from these stores, meaning the same pixel, and apply it to this ad account for your one product store, right? Because that's going to be obviously a new ad account because you're going to be making a new social media page, you're going to be making, a new domain, new Facebook page, right? So keep in mind in terms of that. So a lot of people take that approach. You can also directly go into a one product store, which is based around a central product, right? But keep in mind the following things. Make sure that the product you're testing has some kind of potential already there, because otherwise, it's a lot of work. Setting up a one product store is essentially the same as setting up any other store. It might be a little bit less work because, you're importing less products and doing less work on them. But, you're going to have to do a domain, a logo, email, Facebook account, Instagram account, social medias, all that stuff, right? So unless you guys really, really know a product will have potential, do not go straight into a one product store, okay? For example, I actually made a video, I think it was 2 or 3 videos ago, a really, really good product that had potential 100% in Q4 and still does, are iPhone cases for the new iPhone 11 that just released. Now, since that's in demand, it's going to sell no matter what. So it's important also using your market logic and market intuition and constantly doing research. Okay, so if you guys are straight diving into a one product store, I would say have some research and have some validation before building a one product store. Okay, or like I said, you can also take that approach. Let's say you have a general knit store or knit store and you're testing one product at a time and one finally hits off. Well, you can, use that same data like I was saying and put it into one product store because it creates more trustworthy, it creates more confidence, it brands it more, right? Brand awareness is very, very important. That's what I did with one of my stores I launched in the summer. Now I'm building on top of that store and adding other similar and alike products. So I can not only sell that central product that I initially started with that one product store, but also other products that I added later on, right? So I'm kind of almost going backwards, right? I'm kind of putting it into a whole niche store and adding other plethora of products and again, building a community, right? Quality customers, lifetime customers, and revisiting customers is what you guys want. Now you guys should be in this for the long term and not the short term, right? You want a long term sustainable e-commerce brand, right? Once you go that branding route, you guys can, seek other options like getting private suppliers, fulfillment centers, custom packaging, white labeling, right? What white labeling is basically rebranding your product and making it your own. Let's say my store's name was, I don't know, Sell XYZ, right? What that would mean is taking this Kirkland bottle off, this label off, and putting brand XYZ on it, right? That's all it means. It means rebranding. That's what white labeling is. It's different from private labeling. Okay, so that's the kind of route that you guys can go. If you guys are just starting out, guys, I would recommend starting in the general niche store or niche store space so you have a little bit more comfort, especially because if you're new in the space, you might not be as adept at doing product research and validation in terms of, which product is selling, which product is not selling. So that's something that you guys can start out with. If you guys already have some experience, definitely look into the one product store model, right? I think it's very, very effective, and that's something I've been starting to focus on way, way, way more. I'm actually going to make a video soon about, what are the exact components to have in a one product store, right? Again, if you guys want to see my store, I did very well. I literally show you guys in my store the domain and everything. Nothing's hidden. Check out my last video, okay? We'll talk a little bit about how to optimize, your product pages and how to optimize your funnel. So guys, these are the 4 types of stores, right, within the e-commerce or dropshipping business model that you guys can have. Now, with any of these stores, you don't only have to dropship. You can have in-house inventory. Usually with in-house inventory, people are doing niche stores or one product stores because they're manufacturing their products themselves, okay? Or you can have print on demand. You can have a mix of in-house inventory and drop shipping, or a mix of print on demand and drop shipping, right? People do it multiple different ways. So, it doesn't really restrict your guys' selves to, one kind of store. But again, if you guys are doing in-house inventory, people do usually around fall between this criteria right here because they're manufacturing, certain types of products their own. Okay, and last things last, guys, there's no right or wrong niche or general niche to get into. It's whatever you feel comfortable about. I always recommend, go into something, especially if you're starting out, something that you're passionate about, because it will help you speak to your audience and again identify your audience persona, which is really, really important, right? How your audience thinks, what they like is very, very important in terms of actually speaking to them, right? Not only the content on your guys' websites, but also your ad copy and your adverts, right? They will also convert better. They will have better click-through rates because you're speaking to your audience, right? Your descriptions will be better. So, if something that you're passionate about, that will always help, or something that you're more knowledgeable about, that will always help in terms of building your store around that sort of topic or that niche, basically. All right, guys, so these are the 4 kind of stores. If you have any questions, drop it in the comments below. Once again, check out my Facebook group in the description below. Check out my last video. Follow me on Instagram. And also, guys, please, please, please drop a like if you guys enjoyed this video and subscribe if you are new. I will check you guys out soon. Peace.